Good afternoon, and here I am back in Nairobi after being in London for my daughter's graduation, and I apologize for our absence on the podcast, but that was the reason. Currency markets: euro dollar 112.33, dollar index 97.192. The dollar had a big bounce on Friday. Japanese yen 108.35, Swiss franc 0.9902. The pound 125.35, the Australian dollar was last at 0.6991, India rupee 65.8597, South Korean won 1179.84, the Rial 381.95, Egyptian pound 16.623, and the South African rand 14.2071. This is a chart of the dollar index from Simple Trends, who was one of the few people who stayed determined on the course of a stronger dollar through that volatility we saw recently, but we got to regain 98. Euro dollar, as I said, 112.33, 112.40 is key, but I'm expecting us to set new lows for the year. Sterling has been very weak, below 125, but currently at 125.33, and I think a few people were trapped below 125. $10,000 invested for 30 years in Swiss government bonds will grow to $9,856 at maturity in 2049. That's why I said bond yields are in tilt mode. As Raoul said, but just to re-emphasize, it's killing the banks which are correlated with falling yields, cause versus effect. I'm not sure, probably a bit of both. This is a chart of EU banks versus 10-year bunds. Grannies in running shoes are delivering ramen for Uber in Japan. What a headline. Of course, that's all about the platform economy. Peter L. Brandt, if the current parabolic phase is violated, we could expect either an 80% correction of the 7-month advance or a much smaller correction with a definition of a new parabola with a shallower slope. Look at that parabola, and what he's saying, if it violates that, it's going to fall very, very sharply. So the risks now look poised to the downside. Gold 1405.65, crude oil $57.89. Maersk, the Danish shipping giant, on Thursday announced it would levy a war risk surcharge on cargoes transiting the Persian Gulf. That's the asymmetric response, increasing insurance costs. And that's why I said on the 13th of May, no number of Trump tweets will dampen the price. Iranians will surely manage to shutter the Straits of Hormuz even after an asymmetric fashion. If Britain does not release the Iranian oil tanker, it is the authorities' duty to seize a British oil tanker. Major General in the Revolutionary Guards Corps. Islamic Iran, in its 40-year history, has never initiated hostilities in any battles, but has also never hesitated in responding to bullies. Have a look at this. This is a chart of emerging market sovereign bond returns in 2019. It's really been an annus mirabilis. Turkey fired its central bank chief as policy differences deepen amid economic malaise. Served as the governor since April 2016, was removed from the role and replaced by his deputy. A presidential decree published on the official Gazette showed. No official reason was given for the sacking, but markets have speculated over recent weeks that Setin Kaya may be pushed out by the government because of his reluctance to cut rates. The central bank has also faced pressure in the past from President Erdogan to lower interest rates to revive an economy which slipped into recession earlier this year. He had hiked the benchmark interest rate by a total of 750 basis points last year to support the ailing lira. Interest rates at 24% by September, where it's been unchanged since. The president and the finance minister demanded his resignation, but Chetinkaya reminded them of the bank's independence and declined to resign. Those who removed the central bank governor overnight have lost the right to demand confidence in the country's economy. The central bank is a captive being kept in the palace. I take you back to an article I wrote in August last year, Cold Turkey, and even if they got dollars, we got our people, our God. And I said in the markets that is called a Hail Mary pass. In 1998, Prime Minister Thatcher told the House of Commons there is no way in which one can buck the market. Erdogan is a Shakespearean figure. He has slayed enemies real and not real. His chest been puffed up with pride. He even rescued the Emir of Qatar, but has now met his match, that match being the market. The Turkish lira fell sharply, but then recovered some of the losses. This is a chart from McDonough.